welcome to Before the Bat, the Gotham podcast, your guide to the TV show Gotham and all things Batman. I am Phil, Tyler is here, and Kelly couldn't make it, so we have some extra special guests. We have Tyler's family, his wife Mia.
Hi.
And his son Solo. Say hi, Solo.
He said Batman, it's close enough.
That's right. My child is
Batman.
loves Batman. Go figure. We're sitting here in the fortress, and of course, there's some Batman stuff. And he now, every time he sees, he's got to point it out. And his costume's hanging up in here for Halloween. He's gonna go trick or treating as Batman.
And he loves to sing the old 66 Batman theme song.
Oh, yeah. What kid doesn't?
You know? Yeah.
The words are easy to remember.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. So Solomon is here with us.
Yep.
Bright and early. Boy was supposed to sleep in, but decided that, no, I'm going to stay up late at night and then wake up early.
Yeah.
Life of a toddler.
My lazy son's still sleeping, or else he could be in here going, I'm Batman.
And then we could have a 30-minute podcast of Luca and Solomon just yelling Batman back and forth at each other because, no, I'm Batman. I'm Batman.
Yeah.
And Phil's like, Nightwing. And I'm like, Robin. I'll be Robin.
Yeah, no, Luca will switch it up. He'll go, I'm Flash.
I'm Flash. Ooh, I just changed timeline. Okay, so you just said Flash.
Mm-hmm.
And Solomon went over to the rug. Like, we have the rug in the middle of the floor that has Superman, Batman, Green Lantern, and Flash. And when you said Flash, he went over and just pointed at the symbol.
He knows his superheroes.
Mike, he's going to start school. He won't know his ABCs, but by golly, he'll know his DC history.
Oh, yeah. On Thursday, the preschool teachers were telling Danielle that Luca was having a conversation about Spider-Man with everyone, I guess.
That's awesome.
Yes.
So proud of our kids.
Raising your kids right.
All right, so Gotham, right?
Yeah, that's episode 4 of this season already. Mad City, New Day Rising.
Now, I did have a thought about the whole Mad City. The title's okay.
Mm-hmm.
It would have been cooler if it was like City of Anarchy or something like that. I mean, Mad City just kind of seems very bland.
Well, I just wonder if they're going to do like last season, and didn't they have like a title for the first half of the season, then they switched it up for the second half?
I think so. Like, it was Rise of the Villains and something.
Mm-hmm.
All I know is that the more I watch Mad Hatter,
Mm-hmm.
I'm like, okay, he looks like Johnny Depp and Skeet Ulrich had a child together. Because I kept thinking he's like Billy Loomis from Scream.
All I can see when I look at him is his character from The Walking Dead.
Yeah.
It's just like nothing matters. It's
And I kept trying to like think to myself, okay, so was he? They never said, but I was curious. Was he supposed to be in Indian Hill as well? Because you remember how in last season there was the time where Hugo Strange mentioned someone where he was going to use Alice in Wonderland as a reprogramming tool. And we all thought Mad Hatter. But it doesn't seem like this Mad Hatter is as obsessed with Alice in Wonderland. Like, he never really said it, but it's always shown.
Mm-hmm.
There's little hints of it, like in this episode, his sister's dressed in like a Alice type outfit, you know.
Her name's Alice.
Yeah.
And then he got the Tweedles.
Yep.
the Tweedles, yeah.
And our favorite Tweedle won't be mentioned, but...
Oh my gosh. I think I know who you're talking about too. So.
Let's give a shout out to Eddie.
Yeah.
Eddie was awesome in this episode. I loved what he did with the little girl, where he just showed Oswald and proved his exact point that he was trying to make about the mayor race.
Oh, that was so great.
He's a true friend, unlike that Butch.
Yeah, poor simple-minded Butch. You know, what was it? He still needs someone to break things.
Break legs
people.
or something, I think.
I love it because for me, it was like more of an example of how the Riddler is supposed to be, manipulative and just very cunning and ahead of the game of, before everyone else. So I love that.
Yeah, but do you think he's manipulating Oswald, or is he just really, that's his friend, so he's going to help him?
No, I think he was more so manipulating Butch.
Yeah.
Manipulating that situation, so. But yeah, I think he actually cares somewhat about Oswald. How deep and how far that'll go, who knows. But.
I just hope he doesn't care for Oswald the way he cared for Miss Kringle.
Hopefully that's not this kind of show.
I meant more like he's going to kill him and cut him up and bury him.
Oh, yeah.
No, I don't think, because, he didn't kill her until she freaked out, and she's like, what, you killed Officer Doherty? And then he had to kill her. Oswald I don't think Oswald cares if he kills anyone.
No, he doesn't.
They're Arkham brothers. They have they have their sanity certificates hanging next to each other.
I wish there was a website. I want to print that off and hang it up in the house. I survived Arkham Asylum.
Tyler Patrick is certified sane.
From Arkham. That's like saying you got a degree at 7-Eleven.
Yeah, I know.
I got my college degree at 7-Eleven. I swear I can do this.
Yeah.
But no, the first thing about this episode that caught me off guard, I told you, Nia, was when it said Election Day. I was like, really? Already?
Yeah, I guess they don't want to drag it out too much.
I'm like, there's not even like episodes of campaigning where they can make fun of the real campaigns going on and all this stuff. No, it was like, I'm going to run for mayor the next episode. Election Day.
It happened pretty quickly.
Yeah, because I think we all knew what was going to happen.
Yeah, definitely.
And I'm glad. Like, I like the idea of Oswald being mayor. That's always one faction of the Penguin's character that I actually really liked when they did stuff like that, where they tried to make him that legitimate, but yet at the same time he's crooked.
Well, yeah, it makes sense too, because that's where he's going to get all his connections with, like, corrupt business people and whatever else.
Yeah, it definitely is going to mold his character more. All of his connections, like you were saying, so that we know he's supposed to have later on. So.
Now, I will say my favorite line of this episode goes to Selena. When Bruce says, or Clone Bruce says, "You work here? No, I rob here." That was my favorite line of the entire episode.
Oh, that just got me. I was like, okay, nobody notices, like, the 16-year-old girl cleaning, in this bar.
Well, the sad part is, Phil, it's Gotham.
Yeah.
There's a lot of things they just let go. They're like, it's Gotham.
She was able to start a fight pretty quick too.
She's smart.
She's extremely smart. Yeah.
That guy says you're buying drinks around for everyone. Oh, and your mother sucks. It's like, okay.
What? My mom? Momsy? Now back to my favorite character in here. With her great, wonderful line of, "We all got flair." That goes to Barbara.
Yeah.
Wow.
The crazy...
How times have changed. Barbara's your favorite character.
Well, she's more interesting. Before, she was just a set piece.
Still no pants, though.
Now she's... At least Jim's got some good fashion advice now. All black suit, running around.
What? Tell me why we should be rooting for Jim Gordon again.
You're still rooting for Jim Gordon?
No, I said why should we? He's just...
Oh,
I'm
rooting for Penguin.
Oh, yeah. Jim Gordon just seems like an angry douche anymore.
I'm like, weren't you supposed to be the good cop? Now you're the bounty hunter. And, yeah, I just, he didn't do right by Lee.
Honestly, it kind of feels like we're going to have Jim Gordon as Batman. Like they're prepping him to be Batman or something.
That's what it seems like, but I heard a theory I liked. I don't think it's going to come to pass, but I think it was Charles Skaggs of the Fandom Zone podcast said, look at Jim Gordon. Doesn't it seem like, even the way he talks, doesn't it sound like Clayface when he was impersonating Jim?
Oh, yeah.
That would be interesting.
It would.
That would make a lot of sense.
Mm-hmm.
That's how they can do their.
Because when you think of it, in the first episode this season, he went to see Lee and he saw her with Mario, and then they flashed, and then they said 6 months later. So what happened in that 6 months?
Yeah.
It's not Jim Gordon who's an alcoholic; it's Clayface.
The real Jim Gordon's locked away somewhere, crying.
He's locked in a cage, getting fed big belly burger every couple of days.
I would love it if they drop a Big Belly Burger reference in Gotham. Like, it exists in all shows. One constant in DC. It's the fast food place.
They can prove it's in the multiverse.
Now, what was your, what we just discussed about Earth 3 being farther from Earth Prime, the time differences and all that, it would make sense. It's farther out there.
Yeah, because we still don't know what time frame this is.
Yeah.
It's all of them.
Yeah, I know.
I really liked. I had to laugh when the Mad Hatter recruited the Tweedles, and they had basically a wrestling match inside GCPD.
I know. It was like the Mexican wrestlers. Nacho.
Oh, I didn't even realize they were supposed to be like luchadors until he talked about burning the mask for the luchadors. I was like, oh, okay. Didn't know that was real. Didn't know you were really luchadors.
Yeah, but that's just so weird how everyone just like waltzes into that police precinct. Like, yeah, Jim Gordon's one thing, but all the villains who get in there and.
Well, like at the very end of the episode, when Eddie shows up, is that the preview for next week? That's a preview for next week. Never mind. Spoilers.
Don't get ahead of yourself there, Ty.
Oh, but what about Clone Bruce? I'm telling you, he's Batman.
I was telling Jania about that, and she looked at me like I was crazy.
I mean, I could kind of see it. I don't know.
He kicked butt. He kissed Selena. He jumped off the roof. He's Batman.
He doesn't feel that much pain when he's getting stitches.
But here's the thing. He doesn't have like the brooding anger of the loss of his parents, or does he adopt that later on? You know what I mean? As like his truth, as his past.
Maybe, or I mean, they could age him up like they did Ivy, and we can get like an early version of Batman already until he dies and Bruce takes over.
Yeah, that would be interesting. Like maybe not call him Batman, but have that be Bruce's inspiration to become Batman.
Mm-hmm. No, it's Batman.
Gotta say it how Solo does.
Yeah, that's right.
I'll tell you who the real victim of this episode was, though. Poor Alice.
Yeah.
Man, she got the point across.
Oh.
Sad face.
I felt sorry for her. Like, she was trying to tell everyone about her brother. Jim felt bad because he was hired by her brother. And then, man.
Well, she basically lived a really crappy life. And it ended pretty terrible, too.
And what about that
Just
end?
basically it's stuff.
Yeah. What about Barnes getting hit by the blood? Are we finally going to take Barnes out?
Yeah. Something's going to happen to Barnes. He might grow a bunch of rock, looking...
Oh, if he mentions clobbering if he goes crazy and mentions clobbering.
Still a better Fantastic Four movie than the new one.
Oh yeah, everything's a better Fantastic Four movie than that last one.
We also had the great scene of Bruce versus Bruce. Thanks Selena for the kiss. Man, what a punch to the face.
I know. He was asking Alfred. He's like, "What? Do you think he really kissed her? And if so, did she think it was me?"
She probably thought it was me.
Yeah. Alfred's like, I'm not talking about this.
He's like, Alfred, you have training in interrogation? Like, what? No, I ain't talking about this. I was hoping that maybe like Jervis had some of Alice's blood, and he was going to take some or get some exposed to him. That's why he was going to go like Mad Hatter.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's how he officially got the name Mad Hatter. But they didn't catch him, did he? He got away.
Yeah, no, he's gone. He's probably coming back this season.
Yeah, and maybe that's when he'll actually be the Mad Hatter.
Maybe, yeah. Put a hat on.
I will say, I think Lee is better off though without Jim.
You really think she's better off with Falcone's son?
No, I didn't say she's better off with Mario. I just said she's better off without Jim.
Yeah, but something's gonna happen. She's gonna either leave him or he's gonna get killed off or something. Then she's gonna go back to Jim eventually. Then she's gonna be like, "You slept with that reporter?"
We weren't together.
Say it's better than. Say it's still better than Barbara.
Oh my gosh. Anything's better than Barbara.
Don't talk about your husband's new favorite character like that.
Yeah, I haven't really liked her from day one, so.
I didn't like it through season 1 and season 2. I was like, interesting.
I felt like she was kind of screwed up, from the first point.
Screwed up, like she needed to be in a mental asylum.
That too, but yeah, like I kind of felt like the writing with her character just never solidified enough,
Well, yeah, I mean, that first season, she was just like the spoiled little rich girl who was like on drugs and like she really didn't have anything except for that past relationship she had with Montoya, who they made disappear pretty quick.
Yeah.
Yep, that was in Crispus Allen.
Mm-hmm.
I was gonna say, I was looking at my notes. Why did like Jervis have to try to go all like Game of Thrones on his sister? Why couldn't it have been a simple storyline of Alice was another inmate at Indian Hills with him, and he became obsessed with her because her name was Alice? Why did it have to be his sister that he was in love with?
Yeah, that's weird. I thought that was weird. That was his sister, because what was it in the animated series? Like he was just like obsessed with this woman named Alice.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And even in the comics, like there's been different variations. Like her name was Alice, and then in the New 52, when they did it, I really liked how they did it. She was a girl that he liked. They went to like an Alice in Wonderland based theme park.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, they in the comics he's kidnapped a ton of women. Just like, your name's Alice. She's like, no, it's not.
It just doesn't work, man. I don't know about you, but I've never been able to take a woman like, your name is this, and her go with it. Jania's like, no, my name is Jania. I'm like, okay.
I was gonna say Jania's name used to be like Susan or something.
But you know who got cobblepotted this episode?
The whole city.
Damn it, Phil, you took the punchline.
Sorry.
The whole city got cobblepotted. Because they love him. They really love him.
And thanks to Eddie, he knows the whole city wanted him, and not just for bribes, because of bribes.
Exactly. Which I thought was great.
Mm-hmm.
Honestly, just he was right, and Butch was all mad, like, "No, you ruined it!"
Well, Butch wants to be like the best friend, and he's not.
Butch isn't crazy. That's the problem.
Mm-hmm.
Butch is sane, legitimately sane.
You think he's completely sane?
I was about to say, I don't know about that.
Yeah.
Based off Eddie and Oswald, yeah.
Well,
based off you and me, no.
I was gonna say, I mean, he probably thinks he's safe with Penguin, and that's probably not a sane thought. He's like infatuated with Tabitha, and she's 20 Shades of crazy, so that's probably not sane either.
Penguin definitely screwed with his brain at one point in time in the series. So, like, can you really bounce back from that? You know, I think there's probably still some underlying insanity in that.
Oh, yeah, you get your brain ripped apart and put back together and ripped apart. Yeah, it's going to happen.
Right?
Car's never the same after you pop that hood the first time, yeah.
Exactly.
Oh, how true that is. Now, was it any surprise that the Court of Owls picked up Clone Bruce?
Not at all. I saw that coming, honestly.
Yeah, I saw that at the end of the season finale when we first saw him. I'm like, oh, okay, here we go. Court of Owls going to use him to impersonate Bruce.
Yep.
But the real question is, will he go along with it?
Maybe for a while, I think, because like he was telling Selena, he didn't have anyone, like any friends or anything, so he's gonna think of them as like a friends or family at first.
That, or they could hold Selena against him because she's obviously a weakness for him. So.
Mm-hmm.
Or what's gonna happen if they're gonna take Clone Bruce? We really didn't give him a name, Brucey. I'm gonna call him Brucey. They're gonna take Brucey and Bruce and merge them into one person. They're gonna put them in a science chamber, and they're gonna merge them into one person.
And then there's Batman.
I don't know. I think the whole thing is the court's gonna use Brucey to try to get Wayne Enterprises and then whatever else. And he's going to go along with it at first. Then he's going to change his mind. Maybe Bruce is in danger, and Brucey's going to sacrifice his life to save Bruce. Or maybe Selena.
Don't mess with a man and his woman.
I know what it's like to have friends now.
As he dies in Selena's mind, you were my best friend.
Exactly, and then Selena's going to tell Bruce she can't be with him because you just remind me too much of him.
And Alfred's gonna be like, bloody hell. It's weird.
And then at the end of the season, Bruce takes another summer vacation.
I just want to see a flashback to Alfred talking to Thomas Wayne, and he's like, Alfred, I want you to take care of Bruce. Oh, sure, no problem. He's a good kid. And then cuts back, and he's like, dang it, why did I say yes?
This is not what I signed up for.
No.
Poor Alfred.
Yeah.
He's the tragic story in all of this, really.
It's just, Alfred, I got this new job being a butler for some rich people in Gotham. Awesome. I just have to watch their kid. Awesome. Next night, they're dead. Now I have to care for the kid. Oh, crap.
Plus, he's been getting his butt kicked a lot, like last season, and even this season.
What Gotham needs, they need to get the stunt coordinator from Arrow to come over and have Alfred do some of those stunts of like MMA twists that they have Arrow do. He just runs up, leaps, and puts his head around somebody's neck, and just flips them.
Forget Arrow. We need a stunt coordinator from Daredevil.
Yeah. Alfred's like, parkour.
This is not an Office episode, Tyler.
Hello there, my name is Peter Parkour.
Oh my gosh.
But I like this episode of Gotham.
Yeah, it's growing on me. I don't know, I was kind of not feeling it the first episode or two, but yeah, it's getting there. Like the Mad Hatter was good, and
I just think it's interesting they do these little like arcs with the villains where they'll show up, they'll be around for like 2 or 3 or more episodes, and then they're gone.
Mm-hmm.
Like they did with Freeze. They did with the Ogre, which I kind of feel like the Ogre they stretched out because they're like, hey, we got more episodes this season. Oh crap!
Yeah,
that's figure out a way to make this work.
Yeah, that's definitely what that was in that first season, because they got the extra episodes, because everything else was real quick, and then they stretched that Ogre thing out.
Definitely, I think it's better than the first season.
Mm-hmm.
Like, and you know what made this episode great? You smell that? That's right. No more fish.
Yeah.
Well, that's what I was saying. Do you think they have too many characters now? Because we haven't seen Fish for at least 2 episodes. We haven't seen Ivy in 2 episodes.
I feel like Ivy they're just building up to. By making her disappear, that's how they can explain her getting accustomed to her new self. So when she reappears, she's more comfortable with who she is, what she is.
Yep.
So
That would have been funny if, like, she would have came out of nowhere and, like, as an unknown and ran against Oswald for mayor of Gotham. Elect her, and
she would have won.
Everyone would have found that. Yeah, you got like a 10-year-old running the city.
Or she joined his campaign or something. I don't know. Like they can still bring her in. Like she could be part of his cabinet. That would be actually pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
Basically, all of Batman's supervillains are the elected officials.
Yeah, Mad City. So, is there anything else on this episode?
No, I think we're good. I think we pretty much summed up and covered Gotham. What about you, Jania? What are your you haven't got to be on the show? What are just some of your general thoughts and feelings towards Gotham?
Honestly, I really am starting to enjoy this season more than I have last season, for sure. I love the character developments that we're getting with Oswald, and I love, what we're getting from Nigma to, those are some of my favorite villains, so I can't wait to see what happens with them, especially them working together. That's super exciting. So.
Awesome. Do we have any Batman related news?
Well, I know that Batman-related news. Solomon, come here. Come sit on Daddy's lap.
Batman.
Is it in a week or two? The Return of the Caped Crusader comes out on DVD.
Mm-hmm.
The animated sequel to the 1966 Batman movie. Let's see.
Yeah, Kelly and I were talking about that a little last week. Did you see they're already talking a sequel to that?
Yeah, they got Shatner as Two-Face.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Just let me flip my coin.
And they wrap filming in London for Justice League. We got that nice little trailer behind the scenes. Saw some Batman action.
Oh, did you see the name of Ben Affleck's solo Batman movie?
Supposedly the Batman. Go
Yep.
figure.
Mm-hmm.
Like we didn't know that was coming.
Mm-hmm.
Right. What else is left,
Yeah.
Oh, and where was Gotham mentioned this week?
Oh, yes. Where was that, Jania, that you got excited and interested?
I say you two should know.
Remind me, I can't remember what.
On Supergirl, the whole we're moving back to Gotham.
Oh, yeah, that was so awesome. I did get really excited about that. You're right.
I'm like, who would want to move back to Gotham? I mean, you're just a national city. Why would you want to move back to Gotham?
I was about to say, I'm pretty sure Gotham's probably a heck of a lot more depressing than National City.
Seriously, I expect to hear that on the Krypton report this week. Part of the Legends of DC podcast.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, you will. I will. This would be a very good episode. But I think that's about it for Batman news. There hasn't been much of the movie. So.
All right, then we can end Batman news. Solo Batman.
Batman. You say it. You said it really quiet.
It's like, nah, I'm done.
Where's Batman, Solomon? There you go.
Solo say Gotham.
Solomon, who are you going as for Halloween?
Yep, he's going as Batman. His favorite character out of everything. We actually did not push Batman on this kid, believe it or not.
He's got equal If anything, I push Superman stuff more, but he just adapted to Batman.
Yep.
Like, Batman's cool.
He's like, I listen to Phil talk about Batman. It's cooler than you, Dad.
All right, are we done?
I think so.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, everyone, write in and tell us how good Jania and Solo were on the podcast this week. Email us beforethebat@gmail.com. Facebook is Before the Bat, the Gotham Podcast. Our Twitter is @BeforeTheBatPod. Follow us. I usually live tweet the live episodes. And Jania, as our guest, where can people talk to you?
Sorry.
Or push the podcast.
Where are you online?
Where am I online? Krypton Report on Twitter. You can find me there.
At Jania Patrick.
At Jania Patrick. And then you can find me. I have a Gmail. You can email me, JaniaPatrickMusic@gmail.com. And yeah, you can find me on there too. And then we are also on Facebook, Krypton Report.
And that guy you're living with. Where can we find you, sir?
Yeah.
Well, you can find me here in the fortress.
The fortress.
But of course, you can find me at JTY Patrick online, pretty much anywhere.
Sure,
Facebook, Twitter, Gmail, and then on Krypton Report Pod at gmail.com and Krypton Report on Twitter.
Awesome. And everyone can always talk DC or Marvel Comics with me, nightwingpdp@gmail.com, and on Twitter, I'm at nightwingpdp. All right.
And of course, if you want to talk Batman with Solo, you have to get hold of one of us, and we'll pass on the message.
Right, yeah.
Email the Krypton Report.
Yeah.
All right. That's it for this week. Come back next week. I'm sure more crazy things happen, but
It's a bad city. You never know.
that's right. But until then, same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
Same bat time, same bat channel.
The Gotham Podcast. Batman!